What's going on, guys? It's Calico here, and I kind of had something pretty interesting to talk about today because I had thought about it when I was on call last night. I was on the phone with my girl, and I was like, because she had played this game before, and like it's one of the only games she played, so we kind of talk about it sometimes. And I'm a avid gamer, so it's like kind of a conversation topic. Anyways, so one of my favorite games of all time is Mortal Kombat. If you knew me or know me, you would know that that is one of my favorite games of all time, or favorite game franchises of all time. So I had entirely forgot that a new Mortal Kombat game had even came out because I've been on PS4, and I looked, and to my absolute shock, there is still DLC dropping for Mortal Kombat 1, which I could not believe because I remember, like, once I remembered that the game existed, I remembered when they announced the DLC. And this was like half a year ago. This was like 7 months ago. Go look. To this day, it's 7 months ago that this DLC pack got announced. And they're still releasing characters. They're on their second to last character from it, which means that there's still more to go. It's going to be about like 9 or 10 months that they've been releasing these fucking characters, which is insane. It made me want to really make a video about it because I realized how insanely long-winded it's been and how it's not been very beneficial for them to go on this kind of DLC pack release date, like the way they've been doing it, because it seems that people have lost a lot of interest in the game really fast. Like, I remember back then when the game came out and they were first releasing stuff and they first announced the DLCs and stuff, and you know, it was a new game, so people didn't really care that much. You know, it just came out. It's pretty fresh, so people aren't going to get bored of it yet. After that, you know, it's okay, it's fine. It still took a really long time for characters to come out, though. Like a really long time. Like, they would come out every other month or every 2 months to every other month to every 2 months. So that's the thing that kind of messes it up, right? Is instead of dropping like the whole pack at the same time, understandably not wanting to do that, understandable. But the problem is that releasing one character every other month is that you don't really give them much to use. Like, any normal player who plays the game a good amount is going to get tired of that character in like less than a week unless they really, really enjoy the character. Like, really enjoy the character. Nobody's going to be playing one character for a month or two unless it's their favorite character in the game. Which, you know, is always possible, but it's very rare. So I don't think it's smart to release something every other month when they're going to get tired of it really quickly. And they know their audience. They know that they're going to do that. So I don't understand why they decided to do this when they know how their fans are and how that's going to work. It doesn't make any sense to me. It needs to be either quicker or have more to it, because the game is amazing, by the way. The game is awesome. I love the game. It's very good. I like how the game was. But the problem, like, really came after the game, which was the DLC characters and the DLC packs that were very, like, first of all, DLC Pack 1 has to be the best DLC pack we have ever gotten in a Mortal Kombat game. In my opinion, has to be the best. Hands down, no discussion, easily the best DLC pack we've ever seen. That shit was stacked. Absolutely perfect. Not a single miscalculation there. Absolutely perfect. But the problem comes when we have to wait almost half a year to a year to get those characters. Like, all of the characters. To get all the characters off of the pack, we're looking at least like 9 months. Up to 10. Up to like 11. We're waiting like uber long for these characters, when I don't think we should be waiting that long. We shouldn't be waiting so long for characters that we're gonna play. Probably, if you don't like the character, you're gonna get tired of it within a day, within 2 days. Imagine they wait 11 months for this character that they've been anticipating for fucking 11 months. They get it, and the character's boring. The character's not as good as they thought. It's not as fun as they thought. They're not as unique or interesting as they thought it was going to be. And then what? You're like, damn, I waited 11 months for a mid-ass character. And now I'm fucked. I literally just got a mid-ass character that I waited almost a whole year on. It makes people lose hope and lose interest in the game fast. Really, really, really fast. So you have to kind of find a way to make the game more interesting. And I think that would have been releasing characters quicker, or maybe releasing 2 at the same time or something. I don't know. In some way, just making it to where we don't have to wait so fucking long for these characters to come out. I mean, the amount of time that goes into these characters for them to just come out, like, very, like, sporadically, like, across the, like, they're just, like, a long time. Rarely do they give, like, specific dates. I remember they gave specific dates in Mortal Kombat 11, which I loved because we could actually look and see. And I even think that that DLC was quite a bit long-winded too. So, like, it's so long. I remember when DLC Pack 1 got announced on Mortal Kombat 11. I know we're talking about MK1, but this really goes for both. And I looked and I was so hyped, you know. I was, like, highly anticipating Joker because I had loved the Injustice games. I had always played those a shit ton. So I was very hyped for Joker because I know how well they do Joker in the NetherRealm games. And I was very, like, I was looking at the timeline and he was, like, kind of in the mid to the far end, and I was like, fuck. Because I know I'm going to be waiting so long. If your character isn't coming out first, then you might as well not even wait. Like, if your character isn't coming out first, then you're looking at least 4 months. Literally. Because 2 months for the first one, and then likely 2 months for the next one. And if it's at the end, dude, just don't even try. Don't even buy it. Because then you're going to be waiting up to fucking 9 months. Maybe up to even 10 or 11 months. For a character that you're only going to play for a fucking month. And then forget about. Unless it's, like, really good. Which, yeah, that does happen. But NetherRealm does tend to miss the mark sometimes. It's not impossible that they'll miss the mark. And then what? You wait a year for your favorite character and they're fucking bad. Or they're just boring. And now you're like, great, I waited all this time for my favorite character to come into this game for you to absolutely butcher him. And now you're just like, it kind of makes you not even want to play the game. Like, that's kind of what happened to me with, like, Mortal Kombat 11 sometime. Can't remember which one it was, but, like, it really disappointed me. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take a break or something like that. I think it was Spawn, because Spawn came out, and, like, by the way, I played Spawn earlier, like, not earlier, but, like, last time I played Spawn, he was really fun and I liked him. But I think I was disappointed when he first came out because he wasn't, like, as good as I thought he was gonna be. But then again, I was just a kid, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah, I think that they really need to fix that when it comes to the next game. Like, on the next game, they need to fucking fix that because it made the game die so fucking fast. Like, after the game came out and, you know, the dust settles and it's time for, you know, the DLC shit, which is always hype as fuck. It's always hype as fuck. And it was hype as fuck until all these people realize, wait, we're going to be waiting like a fucking year for one of these characters. Like, we're going to be waiting a long time for one of these characters. And then you're just like, what now? Because it's just so boring to just sit there and play with the same characters over and over. Which, you know, if you like Mortal Kombat, you're okay with doing that. But at the same time, at the end of the year, are you really going to say you're going to play Mortal Kombat consistently for a year straight if you're not making content or money off of that shit? Unless you're a huge fan? It's not likely, dude. It's not likely. It's unlikely. Like, it's very likely that you're not going to be playing for a year consistently, which means you're not going to see maybe even 2, maybe even 3 of these characters in this DLC pack. And that is fucking baffling. Absolutely insane. I think that NetherRealm missed the mark very largely when it comes to the DLC handling of Mortal Kombat 1 and kind of Mortal Kombat 11 too. I feel like there's a great case to be made there. The only difference is Mortal Kombat 11 had a lot to the game for me in my opinion, because I was playing with my friends and, you know, that kind of kept me in the game. It wasn't really about the game being long, like, it wasn't really about the game making me want to play longer. It was really about me playing with my friends. So that's why Mortal Kombat 11 had a little more life to it than, you know, But I feel like if I didn't have any like friends to play with like every day, I would not have played Mortal Kombat for more than like 4 months, 4 or 5 months. Like no way I'd be playing it for longer, because it was also very long-winded. Like it took so long for the DLCs to come out. Like I remember when I saw that Joker was releasing like super late. I remember this I remember it very well. That when a DLC character come out, I would download the game, I'll play them, decide whether I like them or not, play a little more, and then I delete the game, and then I'd wait for the next DLC character. And all my friends would do the exact same. Everybody I knew would do the exact same, unless they had a hard drive and they just wouldn't play the game. They just keep it on there. But like everybody I knew would do the exact same thing, because nobody wants to play the game after just having one new character for like 2 months, anticipating the next character. What's gonna happen is they're gonna delete that fucking game or just not play it, and then play something else that's far more like, you know, exciting, until something exciting comes around, like the next DLC character. That's why it performed so poorly. In a like gaming state where games are usually updated every week or two, they're taking every month or two to add something that really doesn't even compare to the updates that some of these people are doing like every other week. I don't know. I just think they really fucking fumbled like hard. And it's very disappointing, because I'm such a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I really do love the games. I just hope that they handle that better next time, because I can't see them really doing well if they keep doing that, because obviously the hype comes for the game, right? A huge hype. But the level of hype for a DLC is really unparalleled. You can't really explain it unless you were really there for something like it. So, like, if you take all that hype away from the DLC packs, which give a lot of life to the game as is, then you realize there's not really a lot of life to the game after it comes out the first time, because they don't really update that much. Like, outside of the DLC characters, they don't really update, like, at all. So, I don't know. I really hope they fix that. And I really like Mortal Kombat 1, for the record. I just really wish that the DLC was handled better, because I feel like they really fumbled. I mean, DLC Pack 1 was fucking generational. Absolutely astounding. Perfect. I loved it. And then you just gotta look at these uber long release dates, dude. And it's just like, fuck, dude. I was super hard and now I'm super soft immediately. It's just like, dude, why do you have to wait so long? Imagine one of those characters drop every 2 weeks or every week. That shit would have set that shit on fire. Oh my god. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, because it kind of came into my mind, and I was wanting to talk about it a lot, because I am very passionate about the Mortal Kombat games and thought it was something worth talking about. But yeah, let me know what everybody thinks in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Always love the support, and thank you guys. I will talk to you next time. Later.